Hey guys, Randy here, and welcome aboard the Seabee Traveler channel. Wow, another beautiful day in Arizona. We've had some storms come through. It's been a pretty good September and October so far. Hopefully that translates into some, maybe some good spring bloom. These are just some beautiful mountains up here. I'm trying to find, I know Picacho Peak has some a good spring bloom flowers, but I'm trying to find another nice place that I can go. If you have any recommendations, let me know. I know Peridot Mesa, that's where I have been going, but I need someplace new. All right, so this is Dragoon Road, and we're only about, I don't know, 15 miles east on I-10 from Benson, Arizona. And if you keep heading east, you're gonna hit Wilcox, that area. All right, nobody coming. So we're gonna be passing through a small little community called Dragoon, Arizona. I don't think there's much to see there, but it does have an interesting past. In fact, not too far up here is a ranch called Triangle T Ranch. Now I think it's Triangle T Guest Ranch, but back in the early 1920s, it was established. A guy had to move out here because one of his daughters had tuberculosis, and he moved out here so that she could have the warm, dry climate, and they named it their name was Tut, so he named it the Triangle T after her. You can kind of see it's right here. But this, during World War II, is where they held Japanese dignitaries. You may have heard about the guy in Pearl Harbor who was a spy who gave Japanese information just prior to Pearl Harbor. And he was actually out here, and this is where they interrogated him, out here. And it's way out in the middle of nowhere, so the Japanese dignitaries couldn't have any information on what was happening during the war. And there's also some old Western movies made out here. The original 310 to Yuma was out here. Let me pull over. There's somebody right behind me. All right. But yeah, there are some movies that were made out here, and where I'm actually trying to get to right now is the old Dragoon Springs Stage Stop. There was, I guess it was a spring that had water all year, and it was the only place within a day's ride. So it was located out there by a spring or close to it, I think within a mile of it. And because it was the only water around, there were some battles that were out there. And this is big Apache war country. Cochise, Geronimo, they had strongholds out here. But I wanted to get out to that stage stop to see what that was like. And evidently there are some graves out there too. I saw some online.
Got my boots on the gas, a map in my hand. Seabee Traveler's ready, we're gonna see this great land. Through ghost town echoes and highways wide, with the world in my rear view and you by my side, rolling with the traveler, free as the breeze, chasing those sunsets through the rustling trees, from starlit skies to campfires aglow. Life's an open highway where we're bound to go. views ahead under these endless skies. Rolling with a traveler, free as the breeze, chasing those sunsets through the rustling trees. From starlit skies to campfires aglow, life's an open highway where we're bound to go.
All right, well, we are just about to the small community of Dragoon, which is where our turnoff's going to be to get down to that stage stop. But I think there's probably only a couple hundred people that live here. All right, well, this will give you a good idea of how small it really is out here. Yeah, there's not a lot. It's like that's the main community straight ahead of us, and we came in on that road where you see the car driving out. A couple businesses, and that's the direction where that Triangle T Ranch is, and I-10 is just right there at that mountain range. Just beautiful out here. Also, that's a pretty busy train track that goes right there. It's two of them. And that's kind of the direction that we're headed. That's a Dragoon mountain range. And yeah, that's where we're going to be traveling out to get to that stage stop. There you go. That's looking east. And we're back to the town. All right, so we're just going to take at the end where it starts turning left, we're going to take a little right and follow this dirt road. It's only about 3.5, 4 miles. And if the road is like this all the way out there, I'll be one happy camper. This is just beautiful, especially with all the rain they've had, or Arizona has had in the last probably 2-3 weeks, a month. Everything looks so green, and then you have the red gravel. Cattle guard ahead, so there must be free-ranging cattle out here, and this would be a good area for it. And I think there are some ranches out here, so that's probably why this road is so good. A little bit of washboarding, not bad, especially in the truck. Well, I'm not sure if that's bad news, but we're coming up to a gate. And I don't know if it goes around if we turn before we get there. Well, I see a sign, so yeah, I'm gonna get up here, see what that sign says. Oh, it might be just a state trust notice. All right, let me get out and check it out. Yeah, it was just a notice saying that this is state trust land, permit required. And they even give you, there's a QR code on the sign. You can just scan it and go on pay.
Wheels are rolling on the 2-lane blacktop. Dust kicking high, won't let this heart stop. Friends beside me, laughter fills the air. Chasing sunsets, we're going anywhere. Wide open roads and a sky full of stars. Living our dreams while we travel afar. The world keeps calling, we can't stay still. Wandering souls with a restless will.
All right, well, I see a sign up here, so... Oh, yep, I think I need to go left here. Stage station, left, Jodan Canyon, forest access. Well, you can kind of see road's getting a little bit rougher. But that is beautiful ahead of us. And look at how green it is, even on those mountains. A lot of shrub brush, everything's nice and green. A lot of ocotillos. And if you notice, no saguaros out here. I think it gets too cold for them in the winter. Because if they get below freezing, I think for more than like just a day or two, that'll kill them. You kind of see on the left, oh, he's running now. It's a calf. Yeah, the calves are still a little bit skittish, but there's a lot of cattle out here. The older ones you can see on the right, they just keep on. Oh. Looks like they're running to mom. But the older ones don't care. They've seen plenty of traffic out here. All right, well, looks like we might have another gate. And I can see him. I don't know if you can see him on the camera, but there's a big fella there waiting. See his ears wiggling? Oh, now he's getting up. He's either, this is his post, his garden, or he's going to make a break for it. We'll see. Well, he was a little bit camera shy. I saw that sign was saying this is a burned out area, so watch. I have noticed a lot of puddles that I've had to go through, and this road is a little bit washed out, you can see. All right, well, I see some small signs up here, so I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Not sure which way. That road to the right will take you up to the spring. That's interesting. All right, this is gonna be fun. How cool is this? I didn't know about this. I did a little research on where I might want to go. And it's just up on top of that hill right up there. But I wanted to see the sign first. So, Dragoon Spring Station, established 1858 in the heart of Apache country. Westernmost stone fortified station on Butterfield Overland Mail Route. The stage stop was used until 1862. So from 58 to 62, not a lot of time. Next stop east was East Wells and Dragoon Mountains. Next stop west was the San Pedro River. Well, and here's a sign too. Dragoon Spring, 1 mile. See if we can't get up there. See what that's like. Looks like it heads up into those hills. This is just beautiful, isn't it? Ooh, after the rain they've been having, it is so green right now. And boy, it's weather is just perfect. We're up around almost 5,000 feet elevation here. And I think that spring is up like 5,100. So we're gaining a couple hundred feet elevation if we go up there. Road up here wasn't too bad. Just have to get it's on state land, so you have to get a permit like you saw on the sign back there, that's all. I see a car or something over there. I wonder if that's where the spring is. But it did look like, even after all the rains they've had, you can see some areas may have been washed out, but it seems like there's a good bit of traffic, not a ton. It does get a little bit rough, so you're probably not going to want to bring your car out, but and you can, oh, there's fences down. You can see there's a lot, all the cattle that's out here. Notice. Enjoy, but do not destroy. Ancient ruins, archaeological resources, fossils. Do not dig, remove, injure, or destroy any historic or prehistoric objects. All right. Oh, I see an American flag up here. It's a grave marker, a grave. I don't see anything. Wow, look at that. That's cool, but here is it's a stone structure. You can see it's just ruins now, but during the Apache Wars, they probably needed something for a little bit of protection. Wow, look at this. That is some big rocks too. Well, there's a little board here. Oh, and there's some more graves over there. All right, the Dragoon Stage Stop. The San Antonio and San Diego Mail Line began service across Arizona to the Pacific Coast in 1857. So this is one of its spots. The Dragoon Spring Station was a swing station used only for changing horses or mules. Station master, cooks, and maintenance men. Mail service ended in March of 1861. During its 2 years of existence, the Overland Mail Company had a great economic impact. It employed a large number of people and drew new settlers to Arizona. This place, it was a brief stopping point during and after the Civil War. The graves north of the station are a result of battle between Confederate troops and Apaches in 1862. The stage station is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Well, here's the stage, so you can see there's a stock corral. We'll check that out a little bit closer. The gate. Boy, it wasn't very big, was it? Wow. Tucson. Distances between stops in southeast Arizona. Dragoon to East Wells is 25 miles. Wow, San Pedro is 21 miles. So from here, it's about 25 miles each way to the next stop. So this was a gate. I thought this might have been the whole, like the quarters or whatever, but this was just a gate here. And this area is where the corral was. There's a little room. Doesn't say what they were. Storage, maybe. Supplies. There's another one. Got a little door. Maybe the boss stayed in here and the maintenance and cooks had little shelters outside of here. Well, it's a good spot. You got view from everywhere and it's close. It's only a mile away to water, so they could have access to water. Yeah, how many people have stopped in here on a stagecoach? I couldn't imagine riding a stagecoach through these hills. Seeing the size of some of these rocks. Very cool. I'm gonna look at that map again because I didn't notice where the stagecoach would have come in. Let's look at this map one more time. Because I'd like to know where the stage actually stopped. Oh, and the walls, I just noticed this, the walls used to be 10 feet high. So they've collapsed, man, 2/3 of the way. Not 10 feet anymore. But it doesn't show. I was hoping to see where we're right here. There's Steins, been to Lordsburg. Wow. It doesn't show where the stagecoach probably actually came in, but anyways, all right, let's go take a look down here. There's another storyboard too. Confederate 1861 to 1865. All right, let's see what the sign says. On May 5th, 1862, a Confederate foraging party rounding up cattle near the abandoned Butterfield Mill. Oh, so this stop was already abandoned when this happened. I get it, because 1862. So these were Confederate soldiers. The soldiers were a member of Governor John R. Bailey's regiment of Arizona Rangers under the command of Captain Sherrod Hunter. Let's see if it was Apaches. Let's see. Chiricahua Apache, including the famous leader Cochise, was then living in the Dragoon Mountains and nearby Dos Cabezas. So they became hostile to one another when, from the Apache point of view, the Confederate Party represented yet another unwelcome threat to the security of their homeland. So already a relationship between the United States and the tribes were already hostile in 1861 after a young Army officer Lieutenant Bascom falsely accused Cochise's group of kidnapping a child from Sonoy Valley Ranch. And so from then on, any soldiers were considered hostile. The fallen Confederates of the 1862 skirmish were hastily buried a few yards from the stone walls of the recently abandoned Butterfield mail station. Two of the graves are marked Sergeant Ford and Ricardo, a Hispanic cattle drover. There are no markers for the other two burial mounds. But one was probably the remains of Captain John Donaldson, and the fourth one's. These soldiers are the only Confederates known to have been killed in a battle within the boundaries of modern-day Arizona. Wow. That's some interesting history I didn't know. So this station was already abandoned, recently abandoned. And they were just out here looking for gathering cattle, and they don't think any of the Cochise were killed in the battle. Only they stole some horses, mules after the raid. Wow, that is a lot of history. It all happened right about here. How cool is that? Boy, this is beautiful country. Well, this was really neat. What a good stop.
I got a ticket in my hand to you, canceling all my plans for you. Don't know where we're going.
All right, wow, this gives you a really good idea of how vast it is once you get out here away from that freeway. Oh, there's some water there, little. Probably for the cattle to drink out of. But then you get to these green mountains. Man, that's off towards where that spring is. Wow, that looks just beautiful. That little valley going up there. And the green following the washes. That's why I love the desert after it rains. And then we're working our way, that's back towards Dragoon, the town. And there's the other marker. All right, well, the truck's just right there, so you can see it's small little walks, not hard. But I want to see if I can get up to the spring, which I believe is up there. Not 100% sure.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.
All right, let's see if we can get up to that spring up there. Wow, these grass-covered hills is gorgeous right now. Well, I tried. I did try and go up there, but I got probably 3/4 of the way, and then I just couldn't go any farther. It just got a little bit too rough. I'm out here by myself. I didn't want to take any chances blowing a tire or something like that. But I got as far as I could, and I took the drone out a little ways to see if I maybe can see it from the air. but it seems like it just turned into this wash running down the hill, and then it just got really covered with trees and bushes. So I never was able to find exactly where the spring was, but I'd be interested to know, if you've been out here, how close I was to getting there. All right, well, that is going to do it. What a fun, what a fun little stop at Dragoon Springs Stage Stop. That was a cool little place. Lots of history learned too. So, anyways, I'm going to get going, and I'm going to sign off. And just remember, never say goodbye. Always see you later.